Hello, me again. So in this video I'm going to show you how to make bagels with savoury mix. Okay, so this is the versatile mix and you can see the recipe on the back of the bag for the rolls. If you want to get the recipe for the bagels, you please go onto the website and just scroll down under the product and you'll find the recipe. So what we will need for this is actually some water. So you need a full bag of the dry mix. I would always recommend to make up the full bag and then freeze the end result rather than just make up half a part of the mix. So a full bag of mix, we will need 4 eggs, so we will put 2 full eggs in here and then 2 egg whites. We keep the 2 egg yolks for an egg wash. And then we need 130 grams of unsalted butter. I like to use this one. And we need 1 3/4 cup of warm water and a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. So what I usually do to make it easy and simple is I usually start with the eggs. So 1, never brought anything over here for the shells. Yeah. 2, so 2 whole eggs, and the other 2 we just need the egg white into here, and then we keep the egg yolk just to brush them at the end. So you can use then any seeds to season these. I like to use sesame seeds. It's just because it's my personal preference. Look, there's a shell in there. I find this is the fastest and easiest way to get out with the shell. Picks it up so quickly. Now, so second egg. Again, only the egg white. They are not breaking for me properly today. So these bagels work out about 3 gram net carb per bagel. You can make 8 or 9, it's really up to you. They're big enough if you make 8. So there, we keep these here. So there, I usually, then, what I do is I add the water to my melted butter. I don't know if you can see that. I will move it over here. So we won't have that for now. So 1 cup. You have to make sure you measure out the liquid properly. So a full cup is a full cup, not like a 3/4 full. So 1 cup. So this is gonna be 1.5 now. And 1/4. So that's 1 3/4 cup of warm water and a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Well, if you haven't got it, no stress, don't stress about it, but it does need the equal amount of liquid, so you can just add a tablespoon of water. So then back to my first bowl here. We get rid of everything else we need. So we are using the Versatile Savoury mix today, and we are making bagels. And then I need the spatula. So, goes in the mix, a whole bag, and then goes in the liquid, the melted butter and the water and the apple cider vinegar. All in it, all the goodness has to go in it. We don't leave half of it in the pan. Saucepan. And then you could easily mix this actually with your hand, but I like to be quick, so I'm going to mix it with my mixer. We start nice and slowly so we don't get, nice and slowly if it's not plugged in. Okay, technical difficulties. So we start nice and slowly so it doesn't splash all over the place, and then we slowly increase the speed on it. You don't have to work it too much. You just want to make sure it's fully combined. Until it's on, I'm going to get the tray prepared. Back to you now. So I prepared the tray. Always use parchment paper under these. Let's just get it out of the way. So every time I tell you, all the mixes which has psyllium husk in it is the best to be handled with wet hands. So it doesn't stick to you, then it sort of becomes a little slimy when you have wet hands, but it doesn't stick. So And then so we're just gonna get the dough out here onto the table, scrape it all out. As I said, you could mix it with your hand. Maybe if you don't use a stand mixer, mix the liquid with the eggs, so the butter and the water and the eggs together with a little, hand whisk, and then put in the powder and mix it with your hand. So that's right there. When I make these, I obviously put them on the scale and divide it into 8 same size portions. Now I'm just gonna go with my eyes and so half, and then half, and then another half. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then what you do is get it and roll it out. Now, if you don't want to make bagels, you can make rolls with it. Maybe do more than 8, 10. So they're a little bit smaller, because if you make rolls, it will take obviously a lot longer for them to bake through. And when you make rolls with these, so you need to go, rather than having like a proper roll shape, you need to flatten your dough a little bit like that, because it will rise. So it's so easy to make. You can get the kids involved and you can make any sort of shape with these. The little one for me likes to make pretzel shapes, but whatever you prefer. So you roll it out. So this is a mix which has no almond flour in it. You can make this dairy free. You could use coconut oil. Just replace the butter with coconut oil, and then it's a dairy free bagel. And another thing what you can use this mix for is the rolls, the bran rolls, and the bran rolls are dairy free as standard, so there's no butter goes into them. Now this one is a little bit smaller one, and then so I have the oven heated up to 180 degrees, and they're gonna go on the bottom rack of my oven for about 40-45 minutes. So let's see them here. I move them over here a little bit. Actually move them on the middle of the baking tray. Something like that. I'll be a little bit messy today with these. And we just need a brush. And let's do an egg wash on them. So it's the 2 egg yolks what we left out. A little egg wash. Just go around. This is what Zoe and Vicky Love's doing. Can be painted, mommy. Yeah. So they're gonna go into the oven for 40-45 minutes, and you have to let them cool down properly before you slice them up. These are really good for any sort of sandwich. They're really nice, toasted with cream cheese and smoked salmon if you'd like. I eat them, I think I only showed you recently, I eat them as, well, sort of French toast, but it not really is. It's like an eggy bagel. So I cut them into half, dip them into eggs with salt, and then I fry them in fat. And then I grate cheese on the top. And I just love them. I love them hot, fresh, but I also love them cold in the afternoon. I eat half of the bagel in the morning and the other half in the afternoon, and that does me for breakfast and lunch. So you could use sesame seeds, poppy seeds, flax seeds. I like to sometimes put a little bit of, rock salt on the top of them as well, or Himalayan salt. So they're gonna go into the oven now for 40 to 45 minutes, and I'll be back once they're done. Hello! So back after they baked. I baked these for about 40 to 43 minutes, so see how much they came up. I let them cool a little bit in the oven. I just opened the door for about 2 to 3 minutes so they won't collapse for me. So for the bagels, I'll just show you again, we use the Versatile Savoury mix. So this is a mix which is sugar-free, gluten-free, yeast-free, low-carb, grain-free, wheat-free, And it could be done dairy free as well. These were today made with butter, so these aren't dairy free, but you could use a dairy free alternative to butter, like a vegan block or coconut oil if you like, and then these are dairy free. I want to give you a bit of info on the ingredients and the nutritional information. So there's egg in them and water, and we use the butter and the apple cider vinegar. But the dry ingredients, so there's organic coconut flour in them, there's psyllium husk in them, I better look at it, chia seeds, oat fiber, not oat flour, flax seeds, inulin, and then I have bicarbonate soda and baking powder in them. There's no almond in these. If you're sensitive to almonds, that's a good option for you. Now, if you have nut allergy, I probably wouldn't recommend any of my mixes, because though some of them are nut free, but I have nuts in the kitchen a lot. So I wouldn't be safe if you have nut allergy. But if you just want to avoid nuts, they work really well. Oh, carbs. So a bagel like that, if you make 8, and if you follow obviously the instructions, it has 3.1 gram net carb in it. These a savory mix doesn't have any sweetener in it, so it is really high on fiber. So it's 16 grams fiber in one of these guys and 7.5 grams protein. They freeze really well, as I said. They toast really well as well. So that's what they look like. They're really easy to make, and they don't require special skills or tools or ingredients. So hope you enjoyed this little video, and then I'll be back with more. Thank you.